Well, luckily the Texas Longhorns pulled it out against UL Monroe, 59-20. Um, Texas scrimmage game. Uh, uh, Cole looked fine, wasn't perfect, had a pick. Vondre McGee, 2 fumbles lost, not good. Running game still needs work. Though I do like the rookie Monroe. Returned a kickoff for a touchdown, had some great runs on the ground. And defensively, though, I thought defense played great, especially those goal line stands. No matter who you're playing, you like to stop people at the goal line. So overall, Texas looked fine against a really bad opponent that you really can't get any kind of barometer of how the team's going to do. We beat them soundly. That's all you can ask for. Good time at the game, just watching it. But let's be real, guys. You guys don't want to hear me talk about UL Monroe. I don't want to hear myself talk about UL Monroe. Everybody wants to know what I think about OU getting upset by BYU. Now, as I said in my last video, I didn't get to see the game. I was at DKR watching the Horns play, but I had my phone out. Now, I do think this is funny how people, it's an AT&T building, everybody's got their iPhone and stuff. I just got a little Samsung small thing out with Altel, and I was the only one around that could actually get updates because everybody, the internet wasn't working, so I had to provide the updates for the section. And so, of course, I had the BYU-Oklahoma game. It was a close game. It was hard-fought. Of course, Bradford went down, and we all know what happened. BYU beat Oklahoma. Was I happy? Yes. Yes, I was. Whole stadium went nuts, of course. OU sucks chants throughout the place. Though it is bittersweet, because I did want OU in Dallas undefeated. Somewhat. But at the same time, after what happened last year, those guys could go lose all I want. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know I hate the Sooners. Can't stand them. Hope they lose every game. I got no conference pride with them. They can just go and just, I don't care, get blown out every game. Make me happy. But at the same time, if you're going to be objective, that does not make me think that if Texas can be fortunate enough, which we should, we got Tech, which will be a tough game, fortunate enough to get to Dallas undefeated, that does not mean that we're just going to walk all over the Sooners. Let's be real. Let's be fair. They went into the game not having their best tight end, and Heisman winning quarterback got knocked out at the end of the first half. Then you've got a guy who's never taken a college snap before. I think. I guess Landry, whatever his name is. It doesn't matter what his name is. He didn't do well. Came in, couldn't get the job done. Apparently, OU defense played great, holding BYU, who's got a pretty good offense, to 14 points. I thought they scored 13. What I'll say is this about that. Overall, though, Big 12 had a great day. I'm not going to count Texas win. We played a garbage team. But Baylor, I did not. If y'all saw my Baylor prediction, I'm high on Baylor. I did not think they'd beat Wake Forest. They did. Great job. They should have beaten by more than they did. Oklahoma State, way to go against Georgia. I got my tickets for Stillwater. You guys stay undefeated. We'll try to keep it undefeated. Try to beat Oklahoma later on. We'll try to do that. Nebraska, Kansas won. Missouri destroying Illinois. I actually picked Missouri to win this game, one of the little pick'em things. Everyone was on all over Illinois. Missouri, way to go. Way to take care of business. But with OU, this is what I'll say about Oklahoma. My big question about OU coming into the season was what? The offensive line. I got text during the game. I did not see the game, so you OU fans, let me know if I'm wrong here. But I got text from OU fans during the game, and people who were watching the game. Pretty much a consensus. They said, our offensive line sucks. They said we can't block anybody. We're jumping off sides. There's no cohesiveness at all. And that was the thing. I totally believe that these recruits are awesome offensive line recruits. But when you're all working together for the first time, it's not going to be crisp. And you're not going to be as good as a team like Texas, who's got an offensive line who has worked together. So, and talk about Bradford's injury. I hate it. I don't like to see people get hurt. Bradford, great quarterback. As much as I can't stand the guy as a Texas fan, guy's a great quarterback. He should be back for the Texas game. I hope he's back for the Texas game. But they got Idaho State next. They'll beat them. They could probably have a gerbil back there as quarterback and still win that game. Hopefully he'll be back by Miami. If not back by Miami, they might be in trouble and may have 2 losses. So that's what the deal with Oklahoma. Not much to say about Texas. We beat a garbage team. We scheduled garbage opponents. I will say this. I tip my hat to Oklahoma for scheduling tough games like BYU and like Miami. At the same time, this is what happens. So, yes, Bradford went down, but at the same time, you played a pretty good team, and they got you. Now, can Oklahoma come back and win the Big 12? Can they run the table and pull a Florida? I've got no doubt that they have the ability to do that. This is a storied franchise and a lot of veteran leadership on this team. So we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully Texas can pound them in the ground like I think they will in Dallas. But no, am I happy they got beat? It's bittersweet. I love watching the Sooners lose. Love to see Bob Stoops up there just, we just got beat. And, we got a lot of leadership, whatever crap he's going to say. But love seeing Bob Stoops in anguish. But at the same time, it kind of messes up our matchup at the end. We talked about how Texas and OU, it's our duties to make that the game of the century. And it looks like it may not be. But still think it's going to be a good game. Not that on the field it'll change, but, the pregame hype to it. It probably won't be 2 versus 3 now. So, Texas wins. OU gets beat by BYU. College football started. That's what happens. And no one's immune, not even Texas. So, when I say we've got these scrub non-conference games, and they are some scrub non-conference games, you can't take anything too lightly. So, Wyoming next week on the road. Probably another victory for Texas. And nothing really to brag about if we even won by 106-0. Hook 'em horns, Texas fight, OU sucks. And we'll see you guys later. Good night.